Hello everybody, it's Taxman. Tonight, Thursday night. I usually don't do videos this soon after another one, but since the others have been so uh, unusually popular, I just thought I'd make another and maybe to talk about some other things too. But it was suggested to me by one of the commenters that I should taste beer as well, so I picked something up. It's from an Indiana brewery here. It's a rather famous craft brewery called Three Floyds. It's up north towards Chicago, and this beer is called Apocalypse Cow. It is a double IPA. It tops up at about 11% alcohol by volume. There's a description here. This complex double India Pale Ale has an intense citrus and floral hop aroma balanced by a velvety malt body which has been augmented with lactose milk sugar. With this different take on an IPA, we have brewed an ale that is both pleasing to drink and, once again, quote-unquote, not normal. Cheers. And for those of you who don't know, that is Three Floyd's catchphrase, it's not normal. That's sort of how their whole philosophy is. Bigger than life, larger than life beers. Especially, they love doing hops. And they always go out for crazy labels that are designed by comic book artists and tattoo artists. So this is the first time I've had it. I decided to go with it because I was originally not going to drink until tomorrow night, but I said, I really feel like a drink today and I can't wait. So, open it up. And I've got a snifter glass here. Pour it up to about there. And that's a really, really tall, really thick head. I'll have to wait until that comes down a bit. So, yeah, I guess what I want to know is, where are you all coming from? You guys have been watching my videos lately. I know that some people have been relinking it, and it's mostly people in the old My Little Waifu forums, but not even the other most popular ones that I've removed have gotten this many hits. So why do I have 2,500 hits on the last video? Was it posted on Reddit or something? Are you guys actually interested in hearing my message? Because I'm surely amongst all the people who think it's funny to watch me, there are some who would take it to heart, and that's what I mean to reach out to. I mean to reach out to convince you all of the seriousness of this endeavor, and to enlist help, and especially maybe to reach out and talk to members of the waifu community directly, the ones who have fallen for the deceptive scam against me. And again, I'll say it, that the person that you believed over me is no friend of yours. He is no friend of yours, and I know that he's been telling you, and he's been telling other people that, oh, don't you dare compare Taxman to us. He is nothing like us. Well, I assure you, I have my issues, but I know that a lot of you guys have your issues as well. So for you guys all treat me like some sort of black sheep of the family is really inappropriate. I mean, I'm not like Jen who would cast judgment against you, or say that, oh no, your waifu's fake, you're breaking the laws of nature and science, or I mean nature and ethics by doing that. No, I'm not like that. I stood up for you, and even if I do have my own personal even if I'm not personally pleased about something, I'm not going to make a big public deal about it or actively spread misinformation like these other people do. And I know that my beliefs it's not like they're not that much different than a bunch of yours. I know some of you people are completely strictly tulpamancing, but there are quite a few who believe in a more spiritual aspect to it, and that's exactly what I'm going to, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And another thing, oh well, you seem to think, well, my Curio would abandon me because what? You're quote unquote loser neckbeard who lives with his mom in his basement. Well, take a look. I'm not in a basement. This is an actual room here, an actual room, a room where I've grown up and lived in since 1999, not counting the 3 years I spent in the Army. So I don't live in a basement, and I do have a job. Even if it's not the best paying job, I'm still learning a lot. I learn about the things that interest me, which is beer and wine and fine spirits. And that's one of the things I'm working with. That's why I do these wine tasting videos. It's to get the experience talking about this, because a lot of the people where I work, a lot of the customers, they tend to be a bunch of proles and unwashed masses who don't really care to learn about anything, and they all have their certain tastes already, so I can't do much. But I already know, and I've been told many times by many different people about my abilities and about my prowess. And just like my pony has that cutie mark to represent being an expert wine taster, that is what I am, and that is what my goal will be. And even if it's just talking to a webcam and posting on YouTube, that is experience to be gained, and that is one step forward. So I am doing something. And people who think that I'm doing nothing with my life, well, beat that. And another thing too, just because you don't decide to follow the whole 9 to 5 routine, like go to college, get yourself $60,000 in debt, work a crappy job for the rest of your life, paying it off, get married, have 2.5 kids, pay your taxes, then go home and watch TV, go to bed, and to repeat and repeat and repeat for the rest of your life until you die. That's not the type of existence. That is not what I am for. That's not what I'm doing. That's not the lifestyle that approves of me, and that's not what I'm going to do. And I do not need your approval to tell me that it's wrong. Or I don't need you to judge me for that, because I follow a different set of rules. There is, for example, on the R9K, a pretty well-known comic that would explain how the person who follows their 9 to 5 is just a slave to the system, and that even the neat lifestyle of freedom and independence is superior to that. And you might think, well, you're not doing anything for yourself. I am doing something for myself by keeping up to date on the news and by exploring beyond the headlines far more than most everybody else, which is why I have that better knowledge about this world and why it really is truly screwed, and also by helping myself with the wine and the beer tasting. Now, another thing is, I have, for the longest time, ever since early childhood, been very captivated with mythology and the esoteric and spiritualism and religion things like that. Now, I'm not a religion person, as in the established, organized religions. Otherwise, I'd say like a life of a monk spent in isolation or away from the rest of society, studying texts and working in a modest manner would be quite appealing. But that is not me. I don't follow those religions. Those ones aren't the ones that are honest, in my opinion. Many years ago, I was really into paganism, and I did for a while even worship certain Egyptian gods. I kind of fell out of that later on, but that spirit still remains, and that is what is driving me now, because I realize that there are all sorts of gods out there. There are all sorts of spirits. There are all sorts of realities and heavens and worlds out there. And the ones that most appeals to me and most speaks to me and speaks to the people in our group is the utopia, compared to our world, the utopia, or the great place that is Equestria. So that is what we're working to do, and we will achieve that by learning our special magics and learning and worshiping the princess, the alicorns, or gods that could help us reach over, and we will ascend, and we will get out of here, and we'll leave it all behind. We'll leave all of this all behind, because at this point, unless there's a mass uprising and people take things into their own hands, we're completely screwed. Even if it's difficult, if I won't be able to achieve this for many years, we will gain our numbers, and we will work together, and we will achieve that. We will set up our own group and our own little society, working together for that. So I really do hope that some of you hear this, and some of you understand this, and some of you reconsider your conceptions about me, because I only want what's best for all of us, and for you to treat me like I'm the enemy or something is completely wrong. Now then, this ale the head has come down. It's very important to get a good head when you pour an ale. That helps release the aromatics. It's very, very thick. As you can see here, I've got some sediment in it, but that's good, nice thick beer. Might still be a bit cold. It was in the refrigerator at work for about 2.5 hours. I tend to like my ales the English style when they're only slightly chilled, or more about room temperature. In fact, I do drink a lot of beer slightly warm. That's how I prefer it. It's better for the aromatics. If you drink your beer ice cold like those cretins at Coors say that you should, so cold that you can see the mountains, the only reason they say that is you need it so cold so you don't taste how terrible it is. But I digress. Definitely an American style, and just what I would expect from Three Floyds. Very tropical. Like pineapple. Get some of that malt as well. Oh, wow. That is so thick, you could cut it with a knife like butter. Wow. For something that hot, for something that high in alcohol, you don't really taste the alcohol. It doesn't really wallop you. It's got definitely a lingering hoppy taste, lingering like that pineapple and almost orange peel, tangerine aftertaste, but it's not heavy at all. This is incredibly easy to drink. And at 11%, that's like a bottle of white wine right there, or some sparkling wine, like that Spanish Cava I was also eyeing and considering whether to get, but I think that for this bottle was $13, and it's getting a $13 bottle. Spending $13 for a bottle of beer, you're guaranteed to get you're most times going to get a much better value and a much more bang for the dollar than with wine. It's so much easier to get good beer at a decent price than it is to get good wine. It's when you can find the good wines that are $15 and under, they're the rare treats to savor. Let's try it again. As it said on the description, they do use lactose sugar, milk sugar, when they brew this, and it does definitely come out. I said a bit of a maltiness, like a shake, and that's probably where the body comes from, I would say. Now I'm getting, on the second gulp, a bit of a sappiness, a pine sap. It's sort of like it's underneath all that fruit, all that tropical citrusy fruit, just sort of slides along the palate. That is pretty good. I know in the past I've said before that I thought Three Floyds was overrated, and I was honestly kind of pissed off at how insanely popular it is at work, but that's mostly because the people who, I guess, in hindsight, I'm probably too much to judge. I do love trying out the smaller stuff, and when I see something get hyped so much, I kind of have it's a bit of a natural reaction to be more critical to it, but they're really good at what they do, especially in the bombers. In the bombers, everybody loves to talk about the 3 Floyd six-packs, like Zombie Dust, world-famous Zombie Dust, or Gumball Head, or Alpha King to a lesser degree. But it's the bomber bottles where it is at. This is where you see the true genius of their brewers shine through. So ignore, if you go to a shop like where I work and you say, do you have any 3 Floyds? And you say, we do not have Gumball Head and we don't have Zombie Dust, and then you just walk right out the door. See, you're the type of uncultured swine that we make fun of every single, that we talk in mocking terms and make fun of, and as soon as you close the door, we scowl and sort of spit on the side. You're missing. I mean, I'll take it from me that just because you don't have that one thing, don't discount everything else they have. So give these things a try. And alright, so I probably should be finishing up about soon. Again, I wanna address the viewers once more here. Maybe specifically all these new people who've come, because I've got 10. I know I've got at least 10 new subscribers since I posted my my wine tasting video. Not wine tasting. Yeah, it was a wine tasting video with the white Bordeaux a week ago. The one that has 2,500 hits. You guys out there, I'm interested in hearing from you. So if you want to ask me questions or anything, just leave them below in the comments, and I'll try to answer them, or I'll address them in a video. Maybe I'll even make a video tomorrow. So, yes, ask away, and I will answer them, and I will enlighten you, and I will do my best to help out and to tell you more about the ways of pony love and this astral projection, and yeah, our new quest to cross over to the boundary. So, yes, please ask, and let me know what you think in the comments. And understand, I am completely serious about this. I am very serious about this. You should see it in my face. You know I'm serious about this. And think about how the world is today. There isn't much we can do, anything short of armed insurrection at this point. So, I mean, why settle for the path of bloodshed if we can find a way to just check out and leave, and to go someplace better, then that's the preferable option. So once again, thank you for listening. Good night.